Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. Please bear with us for just a moment while we go through some technical issues. Hello, everyone. Thank you so all for joining us today. Please bear with us while we wait for our guests to arrive. Welcome, everyone, to Conversations with Davina, Becoming an Overcomer. I'm so excited that you all are joining us tonight. You are in for a special treat with our guests that we have today. So if you can please just bear with us while we get through some technical difficulties, and we should be on very shortly. Thank you. Okay, so I appreciate everyone for hopping on. I am so excited that you all are joining us tonight. If you know of anyone who could benefit from positive encouragement, wellness tips, let them know about this channel. Feel free to share what you get out of this conversation tonight. So, if you haven't met me yet, I am Davina. I'm excited to be here with you today. I'm the founder of A Caring Voice for You, and A Caring Voice for You is a nationwide support service for anyone going through stress, loneliness, grief, life transitions, and everything in between. We are here to provide support for anyone going through anything. So today we have our special guest that should be joining us very quickly. Our special guest is Rhonda Lennon Goodrich, who will be sharing some amazing insights on conquering stress. You're in for a real treat. So welcome, 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 everyone. Thank you all for joining. So glad that you are here with us tonight. We'll be getting started shortly. But in the meantime, please grab your favorite drink, some coffee, tea, settle in and get comfortable. Welcome, everyone. Please feel free to share. Thank you so much, Hospitality Rockstars, for joining us. I see Jen McMahon on there. Thanks, Jen. And feel free to say hello. If you have any questions that you would like our guests to answer today, please go ahead and type those in the chat. Feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today. We have a lot in store for you, so get ready for some valuable insights and honest conversations. We'll kick things off in just a moment. Okay, thank you so much for bearing with me. So things are going well. We have Rhonda entering into the studio very shortly. And welcome, 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 everyone. So glad you are all here tonight. We're getting started shortly, but in the meantime, feel free to drop in the chat where you are from. Please let us know. We would love to know where you're from. I am from the Rochester area, Rochester, New York. So please let us know where you're from. It would be nice to just know where you all are viewing from. Again, we have a lot in store for you today, so get ready for some valuable insights and honest conversation. Each Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, we will have conversations on this channel that is meant to help all of us overcome obstacles and challenges we face. We all have struggles and things that we're going through. So let's build each other up and support each other to find ways to conquer stress. All righty. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, everyone, for joining. We appreciate you. All right. So thank you, Hospitality Rockstars, for sharing that you're from Maryland. And we have Jen from Charlotte, North Carolina. We appreciate you. All right, please bear with us. I think our guest is having a little bit of trouble hopping in, but don't sweat. She should be here momentarily. Thank you all for being patient with us. There we go. All right. So I'm going to include our guest up here so that you can see Rhonda as well. All right. Thank you all for joining. So like I was sharing, today we have our special guest, Rhonda Lennon-Goodrich, who will be sharing some amazing insights on conquering stress. You're in for a real treat. Welcome, 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 everyone. So glad you all are here tonight. We'll be getting started shortly, waiting for a couple other people to hop on. But yeah, waiting for a couple of people to hop on. But overall, we're excited to have you all join us today. So every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, we will have conversations on this channel that is meant to help us all overcome obstacles and challenges we face. So, we all go through things, we all go through struggles in life, and we want this channel to be very supportive, to build each other up and help to find ways to conquer stress. So starting next week, you will have the opportunity to join a support group following each broadcast. So if you are the type of person like me who enjoy talking about things that you have learned, things you have been through, or if you just need comfort and support, please feel free to join our group. You will find information on how to join the group at caringvoiceforyou.com. We are limited to the number of spots available, so if you're interested, please sign up soon. I'll just wait a few more minutes to start before jumping in. And I just wanted to share a little bit about myself again. If you haven't met me, I'm Davina, and I am excited for you to be here. I am the founder of A Caring Voice for You. We provide nationwide support for anyone going through stress, loneliness, life transitions, grief, and everything honestly in between. We are here to provide support for anything that you are going through or a family member is going through. So please check us out when you have a moment at caringvoiceforyou.com. And I think it might be time for us to jump right in. So what I'll do now is, if you just joined us, just please say hello. Let us know where you're viewing from. Please like and subscribe to my channel. One important thing that I forgot to share before we jump right in is I want to say Happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans. We appreciate you all. You have sacrificed so much for our freedom, and without you, I couldn't sit here today. We would not be able to sit here or be wherever we are at right now in a safe environment. We thank you for everything that you have sacrificed for us. And I just wanted to say thank you. And there are so many things that we often take for granted, but thank you so much for everything that you have done for us. So for stress, loneliness, and grief members, if you have any questions you want to ask anonymously, feel free to add them in the link on our group page. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to join them and drop them in the chat on this podcast as well. If you are interested in joining our group, we are located on Facebook under Stress, Loneliness, Grief, and everything in between, and all are welcome. So I'm excited to welcome our guest, Rhonda Lennon-Goodrich. She is the founder of Life in the Hard Places Coaching. She is passionate about helping people. She holds a master's degree in education, is a licensed certified professional counselor, a certified functional nutritional counselor, and a certified life and health coach. Rhonda has been helping families and children in school systems for nearly 30 years. She recently released her first ebook called Brave Beginnings. So everyone, let's welcome Rhonda to the show.
Well, good evening. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I love the topics, here talking about grief and loneliness and stress, because those are emotions that are common to each and every one of us. And tonight I'm just going to talk a little bit about how they apply to me and how I help others when they're going through similar circumstances. So, as you stated, I'm the founder of Life in the Hard Places Coaching, and I'm actually going to put the link for my website there in the chat so that you have it. And I'll just kind of start on my story, and I'll have a couple other things I can throw in there as resources as well. So, as a coach, I help women to rebuild their lives and themselves after they've gone through a breakup or a divorce. And the reason I'm so passionate about it is because I went through my own breakup and divorce. And I can honestly say that was the hardest, most painful time of my entire life. And we're actually getting ready to enter into one of my hardest seasons as someone who divorced. I like to say, if your spouse dies, then you get, you get ceremonies, you get people who are compassionate towards you. You get people who make you dinners and visit and check in on you. You get all of that. However, when you divorce, you get a piece of paper from the courthouse and good luck. And hopefully you've got friends who are there who will support you. I had a couple. However, for me, a lot of the people that I thought were going to be my biggest supporters asked me what I did. And my divorce, it was due to domestic violence. And I actually, with another coach, we just finished a 3-part series on unhealthy relationships. And one of the things we talked about in that is that when there's a breakup due to domestic violence, it's not your fault. And that was one of the hard things for me to kind of, at first, to be able to move past. And it was hard for other people to move past as well. With that in the background, just kind of picture me, my very first holiday season. And people always talk about how the holiday seasons, they are happy, they are joyful. It's time for friends and family and merriment. I wasn't feeling very merry. In fact, I was feeling very much alone. One of the other things that I began to battle really was depression, because it's part of that whole grief and loss cycle that you do get to the point where you accept what's happening to you, and there's these internal emotions that you really have to work through. You can't read a book about it. I read many. You can't go to a group and have them talk you out of it. I did that too. You can't find some kind of an addiction that's going to help you to feel better. I can tell you all about shopping addiction. I can tell you about food addiction. I can tell you about trying to escape feelings of any kind. I can tell you about trust issues. I can tell you about all kinds of things that I did to try to make myself feel less lonely and less heartbroken during those times. I can also tell you that none of them worked. What I found that actually got me through, because I say it's only by the grace of God that I made it through it all, because there were times I didn't want to. And what I found is that, yes, I'd gone to church all my life. Yep, I'd even read the Bible. But when it got to the point where I had absolutely no self-esteem left, very few, if any, friends left, it was just me and God. And I was honest with God. I really wasn't too fond of his plan. It wasn't working for me at all. And what I learned about God is that he can take it. You can let him know your deep, heartfelt emotions, and he is not going to chastise you for being honest. He will comfort you. Does it all come at once? No. Did I do a lot of wrestling? Yes. Does it have repercussions even now? Yes. But I'm no longer alone. Even if I'm alone, I'm no longer lonely. And there really is a difference between those two things. One of the things that I did find that helped is a caring community of people who understood what I was going through and who didn't judge me. What I did when I went through the holidays is I tried to spend more time with them because they were more accepting. And that really was a break from my tradition, from what I was used to, because we always did family stuff, but I just really didn't feel like I fit. And if you've ever been through a breakup, a divorce, or anything where you're grieving, sometimes you just don't feel like you fit. And what I really wanted was someone who just would be able to understand and listen. I can remember going to the first Thanksgiving dinner, that first round of Thanksgiving dinners, the Christmas dinners, and I saw everybody who was happy and jovial and trying to make me feel happy, but I didn't feel happy. And through time, I really learned that I was more than just, a former wife. I was more than just like a second half of something, that I had worth and value all to myself, apart from anybody else. And so, at this point in my life, I'm complete. Yes, I am remarried, and to a wonderful, supportive man who I love dearly. But I'm not complete because I'm married. I'm complete because God says I'm complete in Him. And that's when I started to see myself the way that God sees me, that made all the difference in the world. And I started to actually kind of work on myself and rebuilding myself. And that's one of the reasons I'm so passionate about helping women to rebuild themselves. And, to that end, I do have a Facebook group called Beyond Breakups and Divorce. And it's kind of ironic to me because we have here the Monday night at 8:00. And usually for me, Monday night at 8:00, I'm at the address that I just put into the chat, Beyond Breakups and Divorce. Monday nights at 8:00, we have Real Talk with Coach Rhonda. And that's where we talk about topics that women bring up, about the struggles that they have being, going through this transition. And I love to offer the support that I didn't have. And I like to help people just in general know that they're not alone, that people do get it. You're not defective. There is a community that will accept you and love you and help you to rebuild your life. And I know that you can do it because I did it. Starting with, however bad you've ever felt, I was probably there. And taking step by step, baby steps sometimes, learning who I was again and learning my value again and discovering that I'm actually competent in things again. And also discovering something called healthy boundaries. And that's basically what helps keep me, me, and you. And as long as we have boundaries, kind of like, you hear the phrase, fences make good neighbors. It's the fence that keeps other people from coming into your yard and you from going into other people's yards. And I like to say a lot of times right now, I'm just tending my patch of ground. That's all I'm tending. I'm not tending yours, I'm just tending mine. And once we learn those boundaries, it helps us to meet our own needs, to tend to what's going to keep us healthy and safe. And that is going to change the type of people that you actually attract. And I use the example, I've spoken to other singles, and they are talking about, yep, and this guy came up and started talking to me and he wasn't about anything, and didn't respect me. And did you come across that? No, I didn't. And I thank God for that. And I don't even know what it is, but somewhere in here there's a flasher or something that's going out saying, don't mess with her. She's not interested. Now, that's not to say I don't have any really funny dating stories from online dating. If you're interested, just hit me up. If you need a good laugh, I can make you laugh. But as far as people who are trying to latch on for the long haul, didn't really have any of those that didn't have any redeeming value. And I'm grateful for that, because we don't have time to waste. We're only on this earth for a certain number of years, and we want to make the most of the time that we have. And we make the most of the time that we have by learning honestly who we are, what our purpose is, and by learning to walk in that purpose. Your story might be the story that somebody else needs to hear. Your voice at some point may be the voice that somebody needs to hear. What you don't think is terribly valuable, oh yeah, I'm just listening, it might save somebody's life. You don't know. So don't belittle what you have, even if you don't think it's enough, because what you have is exactly what somebody else needs. So be generous, be willing to share. And something else that I found too is that as I started to share, my focus started turning outward from inward. Loneliness a lot of times is about our turning our focus inward to what we don't have. And one of the best tools I found for loneliness is to start looking outward and sharing what we do have. And if you're not sure what you have, if you're not sure how to go about that process, that's what I love doing. I love helping women discover who they are. I love helping women to rebuild themselves. In fact, I have a signature program called Empowering Women for Change. And that's exactly what we do. We start with where you are. We help you to draw some kind of a vision for where you want to go. And then we help you to develop a plan to get there. And we don't just drop your hands, oop, time's up, our program's over. No, we will continue to walk with you and be your support and be your friends, because a lot of people can say, hey, I'm a coach and I'm really interested in what you're about. And some of them are, but some of them will also drop you like a hot potato after you've paid. Just being honest. And that's not me. I've been through the fire, and I really want to help other women to make it through the fire as well, and to know that the metal that they have is enough. So if there's something that I can do to help support you on your journey, if you want to talk a little bit more about more strategies for dealing with loneliness, I developed a whole bunch of them. Or if you're dealing with grief and you feel stuck, I know I was stuck, not for a day, not for a month, for years. Years I was stuck. And if I can help you become unstuck faster than I became unstuck, I'm more than willing to help you to do that. So I just thank you so much for your time and your attention. And to get in touch with me, you can use either of those links that I have in the chat. And I would be more than happy to just sit and chat and help support. So thank you, Davina.
You're welcome. Wow, Rhonda, you shared some amazing, I think, nuggets. That's what I call them, just jewels, to help individuals get through loneliness, stress. Honestly, getting through the holidays is something that is so important right now. The holidays are coming up and it's hard. It's hard if you're going through a tough time in your life to figure out what to do, especially if you just ended a relationship, if you're going through divorce and it doesn't feel comfortable all the time. It's hard to get through things like the holidays or just uncomfortable situations that are new. So thank you so much for sharing just insight on how to conquer those situations when they come up. Can you share just one more time? I did put your information in the chat that you shared on your Facebook group, as well as I believe there's something else that you put in there, your website, I believe. Is that correct?
Yep, my website. And I have blogs on the website that address all kinds of different topics that hopefully can give hope and encouragement. And you can also click any number of links just to email me, and we can chat.
Absolutely. So a huge thank you to Rhonda for joining us today and for sharing insight and your story. It was very powerful. I truly believe you have definitely made a difference in someone's life and just learning how to get through those moments. So just thinking ahead, we have some exciting topics coming up. So make sure you join us next time. If you're subscribed, you won't miss it. And trust me, you want to hear what's coming up next. So on November 18th, which is next Monday, we have Pete Pardon. He's a motivational speaker, author, and artist. And then on November 25th at 8 p.m., we have Linda Riley. She is an empowerment coach as well. So starting next week, you'll have the opportunity to join a support group following each broadcast. So right after we get off, we'll separate and go into a Zoom meeting to go into our support group. So if you are the type of person who enjoys processing, talking about things you have learned, things that you have been through, or if you need comfort and support from what we just talked about, please join our group. You can find information on how to join the group at caringvoiceforyou.com. And one other thing is questions. Did anyone have any questions for Rhonda? Let's see. I am going to check the anonymous podcast guest question page that we have, and let's see if anyone left questions here. So right now, we do not have any questions in the anonymous podcast questions page. Let's look on our StreamYard page. Do we have anything here? A lot of great comments. I see someone said hospitality rockstar said, wow. Nikki Dixon said, well said. Amen. Thank you, Rhonda. And you've got a lot of hearts thrown at you. So what a wonderful job. And thank you so much for joining us today. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat before we end. Rhonda is here and she is very knowledgeable. She has great insight and she would love, I'm sure, to answer any questions that may be asked tonight. All right, so right now we don't have any questions. So again, Rhonda, do you have any last words of encouragement for us before we go?
I would just want people to know that if you feel lonely, if you feel like you're going through it, you're not alone. one of the best things you can do is get support, reach out, and yeah, you're not alone. You're not alone.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Um, So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Rhonda, again. You were absolutely amazing, and I appreciate you for spending your time with us. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. You could have been anywhere, but you decided to spend your precious time with us, and we thank you for that. And until next time, take care, everyone.